Of course, it is your English lesson, but you can guess what is the name of the lesson.
Watering plants, ma'am.
Ma'am, you're
Watering
watering
plant.
plants, ma'am.
Ma'am, watering plants.
Watering rain.
Ma'am,
Right.
watering
Yes,
plants.
Prathamesh was right.
Ma'am, the
It,
watering rain.
Watering plants.
A watering
yes,
rain.
Prathamesh, you are right here. It's watering rain.
Ma'am,
It's not
watering
watering
rain.
plant.
Watering rain.
Yes, others of your mind.
Watering rain.
Yes, Lochan, right. Now, my dear children, today's poem is about watering rain. The plant, you know the function of the plant, isn't it? Just let me recollect you about the function of the plants. Okay, so parts. First, when we look into, this is the root. Now, none of you will use your chat box. Hands folded, sit straight. See, this is root. This part is stem. Can you see the stem? And here you can see leaves. So when it grows, you can see birds, flowers. From flowers, you can see fruits, all those things. Right. So, children, each part of the plant has its function. The main is root absorbs water from the soil. You can see soil. I plucked this. This is a weed. Weeds are unwanted plants. You remember, weeds are unwanted plants. So I plucked this weed. We should not pluck the plants which are of use. So this root, function of root is it absorbs minerals and nutrients from the soil through water and passes through the stem. The function of stem is it takes the water like a tube. It takes the water and passes to different parts of the plant. Okay, so main function, leaves makes its own food. Leaves with the help of sunlight, its own food. This is called as kitchen of the plant, leaf, right? One is leaf, many means leaves, L-E-A-V-E-S, leaves. One leaf, many leaves, right? So what happens? The function of leaf is different. That is to prepare its food with the help of sunlight. Okay, stem, it supports the plant, it holds the plant, particularly it absorbs. Absorb means what? It absorbs, I'll show you. It absorbs the water. When water is put, it receives the water and passes through the stem. Okay, so stem takes water and passes to other parts of the plant. This is function of the plant when we look into function of the plant. Okay, now when we look into the poem, what does the poet tell us? Many of you may pour water on the plant. Many of you may pour water just for the sake if you have water, you may pour water on the plant. Pouring water on the plant is not right. Pouring during sunlight is not, daytime is not right. So where you have to water the plant is near the foot. See, when it is in the soil, it will be on the ground where we stand. We'll be standing here, right? We'll be standing here. So we have to water near the foot. That is what is told. And so we have to water the plant here. We have to water around. It should see that the water is poured around, not on the flower, not on the leaf. We can spray to keep it, okay, fresh. Once it's plucked, we will spray water on the leaves also. But the right way and the right time to water the plants is in the morning or in the evening when it is not too hot. What will happen when it is too hot in the noontime? When water is poured, the flowers or the leaves, it will dry because of heat and the absorption. The much more information you'll be learning in your later class, right? So this observation means 1 second. I'll just get the thing. Yeah, I will show to you what is observation. Now you're looking at me. That is also part of observation. See. Now, looking keenly is also observing. When I look keenly like this, it's also I'm observing who is listening to Shantini ma'am and who is not listening to Shantini ma'am. Right. Now you wanted to know what is absorption. I have a piece of cotton here. I'm trying to squeeze it here. Nothing happens. Nothing is there. Water. When I put it in water, the cotton absorbs the water. Can you see water? So what happened to the cotton? It has absorbed the water. Means the water is taken by the. Here, the water gets absorbed. Go understood? Parinita, you asked me. Observe. See
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
when I squeeze, you can see the water. So the cotton has absorbed the water. So like this, even the root will absorb the water and pass it to different parts of the plant. Here we have a dry cotton which is not dipped in the water. You cannot find water because it is not absorbed water. But this part, I poured water. I have dipped in the water. It is soaked. This is soaking. I put it in the water gets absorbed. That is known as soak. Okay. So even that word is there. Soak is also there in your textbook word. So soaking, observing, all that, hope you understood. Now coming to the part of the poem. Okay, keep quiet and listen carefully now. See, observation means another one is looking keenly. Looking with full concentration is also observation. That is your observation. Plant absorption is observing the water. So here we are using observation for two things. One is plant observing water, that is different. Observe carefully means you have to look into carefully. You have to observe, look carefully, watch carefully, right? Now coming to this part, that is, so the poem is about watering rhyme. The poem it is about watering rhyme. Okay, so here you can see function of the plant, what I already revised you. That is water, mineral salts, everything gets taken up by the root and passes to different parts of the plant. Now, when should you water? My dear children, remember early in the morning. That is, when you wake up and tell good morning, mama, good morning, papa, good morning, uncle, good morning, ma'am. That's a morning time, right? When it becomes 12 o'clock, you tell good afternoon. You don't tell good morning. So the right time to water the plant is morning, early in the morning. Early means what? Early means what? Too soon, before the time, before the sun rises, even that is very good. Okay, early means 5 to 6 like that. Okay, early in the morning, or maybe you can water the plants in the evening hour. Hour means how many minutes make 1 hour? Put it in the chat box. How many? Now we are integrating max here. How many? All of you will use. Very good. 60. What is it? 60 seconds are. Is it 60 seconds? You have to write properly. How many seconds make a minute? How many minutes make a second? How many? Minutes make an hour. How many seconds make a minute? How many minutes make a hour? I want the answer for all. 60 minutes. Okay, hour is an hour is 60 minutes. I agree to it. I listen to the question. Observe. How many seconds make 1 minute? How many seconds make 1 minute? How many minutes make 1 hour? Yes, Advait, you're right. 60 seconds make a minute. 60 minutes make an hour. Very good. I want all of you to show your thumbs up. Thumbs up to him. Nobody will put thumbs up in the chat box. I'll remove you if you use chat box to show. I want you to be vibrant. Show thumbs up. Well done, dear. You have wonderfully written. So 60 seconds make 1 minute. 60 minutes make 1 hour. Okay, now coming to the poem. Or in the evening hour means evening time. Here hour means it's time. Right. Now, next. Remember, what did it tell? What does the poet tell? Early in the morning or in the evening are the times to water. This is the right time to water, children. It's not that you can water whenever you want. Again, I repeat, early in the morning or the evening hour are the right time, are the times to water the plants, right? Every kind of flower, watering at noonday when the sun is high. See what happens when the sun is high, doesn't help the flower, doesn't help the flower to be fresh. It only makes them die. It only makes them die. I repeat, my dear, every kind of flower, let it be any kind of flower, plant, watering at noonday, noon is 12 o'clock, when the sun is high, watering at noonday, when the sun is high, because it will be too hot, right? It will not, see, mornings and evenings, it will be cool. Afternoons, it will be too hot. So, when the sun is high, it doesn't help the flowers to stay fresh. What happens to the flowers? The flower, it will make watering the plants in the noontime will make them die, will make the plants die. Okay. So once again, let us see from the first paragraph. Early in the morning or the evening hour are the times to water every kind of flower. So whatever it is, every kind of flower, it has to be watered in the morning or in the evening. Okay. Next is watering at noonday. That is what will happen if it is watered at noonday. If it is watered in the afternoon, in noonday, when the sun is high, obviously you know, if it is noon, the sun is high. What will happen? It will definitely not help the flowers. It will definitely not help the flowers. It will only make the flowers die. It will make the flowers die. This is what is told in the first stanza. Now somebody was disturbing me, ma'am. Who's that? What's the problem? So what does the poet tell in this watering rhyme in the second paragraph? Of course, you learnt the time, at what time you should water. That you learnt, right? What is the right time for you to water the plant? You learn. But the next point is where to water. When to water, we learnt. Now what we are going to see is where to water. In the poet tells, the person who writes the poem, we call them as poet. The person who writes the lessons, we call them as author. Right. Now here, when we look into the next paragraph, we see that as we eat from our mouth, the flower's mouth lies at the root. My dear children, also when you water, whenever you water the plant, water at the roots. See, here you can see the water is poured on the soil to the roots. So remember, whenever you or me or anybody waters, you should make a note that it is watered at the roots. At the roots, you can see the roots. Water gets absorbed. The flower's mouth lies at the root where we actually wear our shoes. It is from their roots that flowers get all the nutrition to grow better. So, we have to water the plants at the roots. Can you tell? Where is the mouth for drinking? Where is the mouth? It's near the root where we keep our foot. If this is the soil and this is the plant, we'll be standing here, right? So where we'll be standing? We'll be standing here. Similarly, remember that plants must be watered at their roots as we eat from our mouth. The flower's mouth lies at the root where we actually wear our shoes. That is, this is the place. Soak the earth around them. So it is not that you pour only to this part of the root, the main part you see and pour. No, it's of no use. You have to soak. Soak means just now I took the cotton, soaked in the water and showed to you, right? Soak the earth around them. That is, yes, the entire area around their roots should be soaked in water. The plants have enough water. Again, I tell, watering the plant, you should never tell, I am pouring water to the plants. I'm watering the plants. This mistake many of them do, watering the plant. And when it rains, we should tell, it is raining. Many tell, no, rain is coming. Many of them tell, ma'am, rain is coming. I've corrected many a times. It's raining. So here, the correct term is watering. So you have to water around the plants. Then through all the heat, see here, it's directly on the soil around. So what happens then through all the heat, though whatever, how much ever heat it is, the flowers will have water because root absorbs the water and sends to different parts of the plant. So the flowers will see how fresh it looks now. Water, and the flowers will have water and it will stay fresh, it will bloom, and it will be wonderful to see for their thirsty feet. Who is thirsty here? The plants will be thirsty. So every day, based on the type of plant, we have to water the plants. Okay. This is written by P.A. Ropes. The poet of the poem is P.A. Ropes. Here, my dear children, remember, when you water at the roots. When we water, we have to water at the roots. Flowers keep their mouths where we should wear a boots. That is, where does the plant absorb the water is in their roots, from their roots. Remember that. So it's not that only little bit of water to be poured only where the root is there. No, you're wrong. Roots spread about. You can see roots spread about. Okay. It keeps spreading. The more it spread, the plant will be more strong. So you have to pour water, soak the earth around them. Then, however heat, however hot it is, the flowers will have water. The plants will receive the right amount of water and be fresh, not thirsty. Okay, this is about the watering rhymes. So, thirsty feet, for the thirsty feet. So, plants need water. Now let me tell you all this, my dear children. See, we as a human being, even we taken food. I'll just correlate one and ten. We taken food. There are only four things a body needs to survive: water, food, oxygen, and functioning nervous system. Every body part needs nutritions, everything, right? So that eyes, if carrot is good for eyes, we don't give carrot to our eyes and see that eyes, I have to put it on my eyes so that I can see well. No. Milk is good for your teeth, only on your teeth you don't put milk and see that. No. So your food you eat through your mouth. You drink water when you're thirsty. Thirsty means a feel to drink water. That time you drink through your mouth. So you can eat only through your mouth and not anywhere. Eyes has its own function. Eyes helps us to see. Nose has its own function. Nose helps us to smell and breathe. Here, similarly, every part of our body has its own duty, has its own responsibility, has its own function. Right. Similarly, even the plant parts have different functions to do. So here you should be aware plants are very important. See, the roots will spread. The more it spreads, what it will help the plant to stand. It will help the plants to stand firm and strong. Okay, so that is the reason why what it has to be water around, not only in that particular place. Okay, children, what do you mean by thirsty? A feel to drink water, we tell it as thirsty. Okay, now, children, it's very important and need of an hour that we have to plant more saplings and grow more saplings. And wherever you see plants nearby your house, in your surroundings, I'm not telling you to go roadside or somewhere and water the plants, but you can always water the plants nearby your house or surroundings if you find any plants. Moreover, grow kitchen plants in the pots and stay healthy. It will be a very good. You will get healthy vegetables for you when you grow at home. Okay. Now back to the presentation. I will be asking you questions now. What is the best time to water the plants? Write in the chat box.